I want to go over a very sick and sadistic, twisted idea right now. That the war in Iran was specifically initiated to increase the price of oil. As a lot of people know, we stole the natural reserves of the country of Venezuela by kidnapping the president of Venezuela, throwing him into jail, and then putting in a puppet president. And Donald Trump said, "We took the oil. We own that oil now." A country where some people make less than $2-3 a day, we stole $17.3 trillion worth of oil when oil was trading at $60 per barrel. Oil is trading at nearly $90 a barrel right now. So that means if you do basic math, half of 17 trillion is, well, 8.5, so $25.5 trillion. Profit of $9 trillion in less than 4 months. All because we initiated a war. And so less people are going over to Iran to go ahead and get their oil, or the Middle East. They're coming here to America. And where does that leave us? Well, we're becoming the biggest exporter of oil at 1.5 times the cost, except it's not really our oil, it's the people of Venezuela. And by the way, Delcy Rodriguez was only supposed to be in office for 90 days, but what happened? They didn't vote to extend her interim presidency. So there's no legitimate president over Venezuela right now. The only legitimate president is in jail in New York. Meantime, we're still taking their oil, and we have gold contracts now from Venezuela. What happened to America? We used to be better than the bad guys. This is like Nazi Germany just rolling in with some tanks and saying, "Hey, I'm the captain now. I'm the captain now. Give us your oil, you poor Venezuelans." I mean, we let 500,000 of them into the United States. 2 years later, we hunted them down, sent them back to Venezuela, and then when they get back to Venezuela, we go into Venezuela, kidnap their president in the middle of the night, put in a puppet president who's not officially the president anymore, and throw the president in jail. Unless somehow Donald Trump and Nicolas Maduro switch places and Maduro's running the country. Trumpito! I'm not going that far into sci-fi, but if you read some of my things, that's a possibility. I mean, these never really know. There's some real spiritual evil in the world that we're fighting against right now. And my question is, would a country sacrifice 3,000 of their own people in order to go ahead and get some more profit out of it? Would America sacrifice 14 Americans to increase the price of oil by 150%? In a way, to pay off our debt. You know? We're not taking care of the poor, the hungry, the homeless. No, we're developing technology to get rid of 12% of our workforce within the next 5 years. And there's no sign of it stopping. Paralegal is really not going to be needed as much. You know, middle jobs, drafters, typists, not really going to be needed. We're going to trust the computers. Farmers are needed. Plumbers, electricians. Coding, it's going to be replaced by computers. But would Trump sacrifice 14 American lives to increase the price of oil by 50%? To go ahead and get an asset from 17 trillion to 25 trillion. And all these unusual trades in the stock market, Trump tweets, "Oh, peace, oh, I'm going to bomb them today." Nope, not done to it. Oil markets drop again. Someone puts a trade right before that tweet comes out. Someone puts $500,000 or a couple of $1 million into the stock market 15 minutes right before the trade drops out. They can make a profit of several million, just really quick like that. All these prediction markets, like things are almost being planned out, like it's all a movie, like this magical reality where you're just supposed to sit Because nobody really panics when things are part of that plan, right? Oh, a world leader got kidnapped. It's part of the plan. Poor people are still dying in the Middle East. It's okay. It's part of that plan. People are getting butchered in Gaza. It's all part of the plan. We don't see the bodies. I've seen more bodies from the Holocaust than I've seen from Gaza or from Iran. I've never seen any bullet-ridden bodies from Gaza or any burnt-up children from that school. Have we seen one single burned body from Minop? Fuck no. We don't see that. We don't see any of that. We get a carefully crafted narrative from the media. And if we've learned anything, it's that the CIA put a lot of people in the media many years ago. We're not noticing how dangerous it is that the main forum for the world leaders to communicate is owned by a single man. The richest man in the world. I mean, if there was ever a fucking James Bond villain, his name is fucking Elon Reeve Musk. That's a James Bond villain. I have this vision of a perfect utopia. Fucking Moonraker, dude. Moonraker. It's this damaged, hyper-intelligent, rich individual who wants to recraft a perfect society in his image. It's a fucking James Bond movie. And world leaders are all just kind of like, oh, he's the richest man in the world. And he's also the richest African American in the world, but let's not go into the racist connotations of that. Or he's also shielded by the Supreme Court of the United States from actually having any insight into what his meme coin entitled government agency did to our IRS, our Social Security, our education system, our U.S. aid system, and pretty much anything else you could imagine. He had complete access to. He was taken into the Pentagon. Trump didn't even know about it before they found out. Who are our leaders really beholden to? And would they sacrifice American lives to drive up the price of oil? And if you believe that answer is no, God bless your heart. America is in danger. And Americans have been paying their price in blood. I went ahead and I just read the Constitution of the United States, the Declaration of Independence. It talks a lot about Great Britain. And it talks a lot about, what the King of England did to the United States and how laws were overwritten. There wasn't actual courts. There were mock trials. Armies were being placed among the people. We have armed troops wandering around the city and the District of Columbia right now, and in many major cities, armed troops wandering around with rifles. People are still dying. They're not stopping crime. They're just walking around, and we're paying the price. In fact, if you read the Declaration of Independence, you'll find that many of the abuses that the people that we fought a war against England is happening right now. And in 7 days, we're going to have dinner with the new King of England. And if you don't think that every King of England has wanted to put America under its boot since we broke away, go watch Hamilton and listen to the song, You'll Be Back. It was a warning. England has been messing with our legal system. And we need to be careful because right now we're ruled by an oligarchy who's planning 12% of the population to become unemployed within the next few years. Who minds a world war to get rid of the excess population? Get rid of the weak. Not like we haven't been fed poison to make us fat, stupid, slow. AI's replacing our thinking. We don't read books anymore. We watch reprocessed Marvel movies. I won't watch Disney anymore. Like old stuff, maybe, but I prefer movies from the 80s than I do the current ones. Because we don't need a Superman. We don't need a Spider-Man. We don't need superheroes. We need people who stand up for us. And the lawyers that we have, many are really caring people. they get paid for standing up for us. And the problem that I have with lawyers isn't that they're not intelligent or caring, because so many are. So many are. They're usually public defenders, overworked and underpaid. But the problem with the current legal system is that justice is usually quantified into a dollar amount. Motions to suppress are usually filed to keep the real facts of the case from ever finding light. And the media is complicit. Any person who believes that Thomas Crooks got on top of a building filled with police and that Donald Trump had the most incompetent military police force guarding him at Butler, Pennsylvania, I'm sorry. You're just completely lost touch with reality. Gets a magical scratch on the ear. Nobody even sees the scratch. Magical reality. Believe what they tell you. It was the Democrats. But at the end of the day, Biden shook his hand and handed over the keys to the White House to Donald John Trump. They don't have a moral or a code. Keep the people divided, fat, stupid, and uninformed. Our media has, look at Donald Trump. We don't pay attention to who our mayors are, who our council members are. They'll change. They have all their meetings when everybody else is at work. We're like, we need you to defend us. Are they defending us? Are they really defending us? Look at all the data centers that are getting put. People's like one main concern has recently been data centers, and almost everywhere over the country, they're getting overruled. Entire cities are showing up and saying, we don't want this data center. What's happening? City councils are like, sorry, approved. They pay our election expenses. That donor, he's my friend. Paid me $2,500 for, just rubber stamping this. They want either a revolution or us to be so gullible as to let our laws be rewritten. And when they'll hire all the lawyers to make sure those lawyers have confidentiality agreements and they can't say shit to us. It's like The Devil's Advocate. Have you ever seen that movie? The devil's basically happy because the future are lawyers. They're going to rewrite our laws and we have no clue what's happening. So, listen to the Declaration of Independence, read it, and question more about what's going on. Because right now, I think this entire Iran war is all just a giant sham. Who knows if the Ayatollah has been killed? Nobody ever saw his body. I mean, how many bodies have you really seen from the Iranian war? Maybe the reason the internet's out in Iran is to make sure that only a few areas know the war is going on and the vast majority of the population doesn't have any clue. If they don't know that their Ayatollah is dead. Because that would be a real situation. Or maybe they do. And maybe their military government says, 3,000. But I got a couple of $1 billion now and, the poor cannon fodder. Who cares? It's cheaper and I have more money in my pocket now. And in the meantime, they send out their mean little tweets on a privately owned corporation like Elon Musk. It's all max headroom. Who's to say that they can't build AI chatbots to leave us divided? Oh, the Iranian Prime Minister put this out, and NATO put this out. And Donald Trump sent 15 truth socials in a single day. I mean, he's the only one not on X/Twitter. What's that say? Maybe there's a reason why Donald Trump uses his own social media platform rather than Elon Musk's. Because everyone else in the world is using Twitter. And Twitter's owned by one man, not a public corporation. One single man owns the most important public media forum in the world. And he said he was trying to get rid of all the bots, but then he built an AI chatbot, some of which are women. I mean, he really built a sex robot chatbot. Waifus. Wives. For people. Poor men who can't get a girlfriend. Because they're lonely. We're divided by screens. We don't talk to each other. We're looking at our phones. Jesus isn't going to be found on the internet. He's going to be found next to you. God isn't going to be found on the internet. He's going to be found next to you. He's going to be found in the streets, in the cities, with your families, in your churches, your synagogues. I'm a Jew, by the way. Hebrew, really, not Jew. I didn't get bar mitzvah, but I was raised with the Torah, just so you know. And I hate graven images. I look at idols or statues of Jesus and I'm like, did nobody read the Bible? God talks about how these statues are wood and gold and can't save you. The entire point is that when you stop looking at the people next to you as having the face of God, then you start praying to somebody who can't save you. Donald Trump isn't out to save us, at least not right now. Who knows what he was when he started this? I don't know. Maybe he's actually Nicolas Maduro right now, or just one of the lizard people who sold his soul. Or maybe we're being led around by AI chatbots and all these video conferences are actually just, what, AI generated? How long before every public conference and every war is just video generated and we live in a perpetual 1984? Build a red wall. A house divided cannot stand. And by the way, the beast will receive a head wound and kill many by peace. Have a good day. God bless you.